everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. We are hiking through Legnica. This is the Piast Castle, one of the largest castles in Poland, and the seat of the Piast dynasty here in Legnica. And it's been here since the 1100s, or at least part of it. Since then, I wanted to give you some idea of just how big it is walking up. It's not spectacular from the outside, but it is large. Has these two towers, one on each end, and would have been just inside the city walls once upon a time, which would have run right down here. There's a city gate down here that we'll see in a second. All right, so enjoy that view, and we'll go around to see what else we can find out and show you. This is one of the tower gates. You see a few of these around the town. I've seen, I don't know, I think 3 or 4. Or maybe I'm multiplying. More than one anyway. And these represent, this is one of the town gates right next to the castle. And this is where the walls would have been in the 14th century. It was all pulled down in the middle of the 19th century, and bricks were probably used for lots of other purposes besides medieval walls. You know, building materials, right at hand. What do we need these walls for? We have artillery now. They don't do us any good. So practicality takes place of aesthetic value and history. Too bad, too bad. Anyway, this was rebuilt. It's in the original place, they say, but it's not the original one. And you can see some of it. You can see where it's been patched here. It's called the Głogowskie. Yeah, brick fortified tower with corners reinforced with sandstone blocks. Element of the city wall. The Głogów Gate. Yeah. It was pulled down in 1860-61. There you go. And now it's a tourist information center. But we don't need no tourist information. We are the information. Well, sometimes. Let's go. Maybe we go inside the castle. Inside the Piast Castle. And according to my careful research, if you want to blame anyone for this castle existing, it's got to be Henry the Bearded. That's right, there were a lot of Henrys. Henry the Pious, remember, he fought the Mongols in 1241. Henry the Bearded started this castle sometime in the 1200s, 1100s, late 1100s. Probably with that tower. I'm just making that up, I don't know, but usually they start with a tower, don't they? And Henry the Bearded, though, was, oh yeah, Boleslav's the other name. Henry the Pious, Henry the Bearded, Boleslav the Tall, or the High, depending on how you like to look at it. That's up to you. At any rate, this is the inside of the castle. Now, it's gone through many hands. Remember, you had Poles here for 700 years. Beginning of the 1700s, you had the Austrians come in and say, hey, we'll add our little touch. So they built some nice big buildings the Knights Academy, a couple of churches, no doubt some other beautiful things that were destroyed in war later, like World War II, like Soviet occupation, Nazi occupation, Soviet occupation, things like that. At any rate, this was an important fortification. Look, the Prussians came here. They used it, you know, house bureaucratic offices and things like that. Maybe throw a few parties. But it's not, you know, it's not the most impressive, except for its size of castles in Poland. There are a lot more beautiful ones. But this is, you know, if you're coming to Legnica, you got to come here because it's so old. And again, I just want to say, one of the reasons Legnica is and has been neglected is because it's such an important city for the Piast kings. And the Russians don't like the origins of Poland. It's older than Russia by 500 years at least. And Russia wasn't united until Ivan the Terrible. So there's a complex on the Russian side. And they're always going on about how old their empire is. It's only since the middle of the 1500s. So what's that, 500 years? Something like that? And not quite. 1650, 1750, 1850, 1950, yeah. Not quite 500 years. So shut up, Russians. This is much older. It's 1,000, close to 1,000 years old, all right? And it's still here. You can't erase that. It's going to exist. It's going to continue to exist. In fact, it's only now it's being properly renovated. They're working on the grounds outside. And I'll tell you something about Legnica that's worth saying. Like Wrocław, which is just a little further to the east, formerly known as Breslau, Legnica, Legnitz, under the Germans, is a place where there's a lot of investment. Wrocław has grown hugely with investment. The same thing's happening here, and Legnica could use it, and it will transform the city. I'm telling you, this city will be totally different a decade from now. It's going to be full of commerce and a lot of new money coming here, new investment, businesses, etc. That is, unless the nuclear war gets us all, but let's hope not. Again, thanks to the Russians. All right, cheers. From Legnica, I'm Will Richardson. This is Poland Daily Travel, as you know, and it's just me, as usual. Thanks for watching. Oh, like us on YouTube and Facebook. Come on! We need that. Do it for the Piasts.